What's up, y'all? I'm out here at the range, as you can see back behind me. Been out here all day having a lot of fun out here doing a bunch of testing. Getting pretty late in the day now, but I think I got time for one or maybe two more. And this one here should be a pretty fun 357 Magnum test. So as you can see, the jelly contraption is still hanging tough out here with the chrono and 2 blocks of gel. Now, like I said, I've been doing a good bit of testing out here, so this far block is pretty full. I've done one test in this front block up here, so I should have plenty of room up here with no problem. As usual lately, I am going to stick with my heavy clothing barrier with the layer of denim, fleece, and 2 layers of cotton t-shirt material. And what we're going to check out here, like I said, is some 357 Magnum, and basically we're going to run to 2 different weights, the 125 and the 158. Those are arguably probably the most popular weights as far as 357 Magnum goes, and I tried to get as close as I could to the same type. They're both Remington. This is a UMC for the 125, and this is their HTP for the 158, but they're both semi-jacketed hollow points. As you can see, exact same style of projectile. I would bet that the only difference in these things is the nickel plating on the case on these HTPs. Now, obviously, the powder charge is going to be different just because they're different weights, but I think these are really close as far as being the same type of round. So for the 125, like I said, we got the Remington UMC 125 grain semi-jacketed hollow point. Now, the box velocity on this is saying 1,450 feet per second. I'm doubting that we're going to see that, but who knows what'll happen. Now, the other one, like I said, is the Remington HTP, the high terminal performance. This one again is 158 grain semi-jacketed hollow point. So as you can see, same type of projectile, just with a nickel case instead of a plain brass. Now for this one, what I'm going to send them out of, I figured I'd split the difference between, usually I do 2-inch and a 4-inch on these tests. I figured this time we'll go with the 3-inch. So we got a Smith Wesson 686 plus in 357 Magnum with the 3-inch barrel. So this ought to be a pretty good one. If I was going to guess before I saw anything, I would say we're going to get good performance out of both of these things through this 3-inch barrel. But let me get this stuff set up and let's find out. All right, y'all, let's check out some speeds. I'm going to do a 5-round average on each one of them. We're going to start with that 125 grain Remington UMC first. Remember, the box on that was saying 1450, so I don't think we're going to see no 1450 out of a 3-inch, but let's see what it does give us. Hands getting slippery out here, sweaty. Got 1341. 1372, 1383, 1359, and 1339, so not too bad at all for a 3-inch barrel. Let's check that average. All right, so our 5-round average that time was 1,358 feet per second. Definitely not that 1,450. My guess is they probably ran that from some 6 or 8-inch test barrel. That would stand to reason. So 1,358, I guess not too terrible for 125 out of this 3-inch. Let me reset it and let's check out them 158s. All right, let's see what these 158 grain HTPs can do. Like I said, the box didn't make any claims on this one, so I'm not sure what we should expect out of these. Let's see what we get here. Got 1241, 1251, 1230, 1224, and 1262. Those felt pretty spicy right there. Let's go see what the average is. All right, so the 5-round average on our 158s is 1,241 feet per second. So from a 3-inch revolver, I don't think that's too bad for 158 grain. If you remember on them 125s, it was 1358. So you're talking about what, 117 feet per second faster from the 125. So 117 feet per second, really you can't compare that because it's different weights. So what I will say is I'm expecting good things from both of these in the gel. I'm expecting that 125 is probably going to go all to pieces, and the 158 may go a little bit to pieces, but it'll probably stay mostly together. But let me get this stuff reset, and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's how well do you carry your weight jelly time. We'll put one of each round into the gel. We're going to start out with this 125 UMC first. I'm going to try to be stingy with this because I'm going to try to squeeze in another test after this one, but I'm probably pressing my luck because I'm not exactly the best at precision with this 686 just yet. All right, I think that should have been a good one. Let me go see what I got. All right, y'all, that right there looks pretty much perfect. Perfect placement, out of the way, everything. It ended up staying out the bottom, thank goodness. So I'm gonna try to put this 158 grainer up high without going out the top of the block. Let's see what I can manage to do with this thing, y'all. All right, that was absolutely perfect right there. Let's go down there and see what we got. Looks like I spoke too soon, y'all. It was perfect until it curved and went out the doggone top of the block. So, guy didn't catch the projectile. I can tell it did very, very well, but we got to catch this thing. So, that's really going to mess my plans up as far as trying to do another test. I can tell you that. I'm going to try to move this one over towards the center. All right, I think that should be pretty good right there. Let's go see what we got. All right, y'all, we caught him that time, so let's check out what we got down here. The first one we sent was this one on the very bottom right here. That's our 125. As you can see, it comes in here. No doubt it starts expanding, dumps pretty much all the cloth out right here, keeps on trucking, starts fragmenting. You got a little piece there, several little pieces here, several little pieces here, dropped out some more cloth, and then your projectile is sitting right here. Looks like it went into this second block, maybe half of an inch, and rebounded to right in between them, and looks like some really good expansion, even though it did lose quite a bit of material there. And then as far as our 158s, the first one was the one up here on the very top. It comes in really, really nice disruption right here. No doubt it started expanding through this first block, and when it hit that gap right there, or the joint in between these blocks, it decided to pop out when it crossed into the second one. But there's no doubt in my mind this thing definitely performed well. So we sent the second one, and obviously that's this one right here in the middle. This one was definitely moving on out because it's got a lot of that charring action that comes from the combustion when you got some nice power going through here. So a lot of disruption, no kind of clogging, you can obviously tell. Keeps on trucking through this first block, passes into the second block. It tumbled somewhere along the way. My guess would be when it crossed into the second block, but it could have been earlier on. But anyway, it carries on through. Forward momentum is right out here, right at the edge of your screen, and then the projectile rebounded a little bit. Definitely some really nice expansion, and it started to lose some material, but it looks like it hung on to it. But as far as your penetration, the one down here on the bottom, the 125, is exactly 16.5 inches of forward momentum, and then your 158 is out here at 20 3/4. So you definitely got some penetration off that one. Very nice penetration actually off of both of them. Here's your closer look again on the bottom. That's the 125. This one here is the 158. So as you can see, really nice disruption from both of them. Carries on through down there. If you see at the bottom, that 125 started losing all that material there. I figured it would fragment. Honestly, I figured it would fragment much sooner than that and come apart way, way more than it actually did. And there you see, pokes into the second block, and there's your projectile sitting down there. Looks like some nice expansion on it. And then back up here to the 158 again, it keeps on trucking through here, crosses into the second block, and there you see it sitting backwards. As you can see, it wanted to lose some of that material, but it just was able to hang on to it. All right, let's check out these projectiles. This one here on the left, this is the 125. This one right here is the 158. As you can see, fantastic expansion from both of these, no doubt about it. The 125 lost a bunch of material, but as you can see, it still had quite a bit going for it, and really, really nice expansion. Now this 158, this thing barely held on to this big old chunk of lead that it tried to peel off. Really, it's just kind of wedged up under the pedals that peeled back. Those are the only things that's actually holding it right there. Just a little bit more speed would have stripped that thing right off without a doubt. But that being said, both of these things look absolutely fantastic. But let's weigh them up and see what kind of material they lost. This 125 right here, there's no doubt it shed quite a bit. You're looking at 92.6 left on that. So quite a bit of material lost from that one. This 158, you're looking at 157.7. So I don't think it lost anything. I can't see anything in the gel, maybe a couple of little dark spots, but if it did, as you can see from the weight, it was just a tiny little bit. Now, as far as the expansion, we'll check this 125 here first. No doubt these would be bigger if it wouldn't have shed material, but we got 506, 487, and 472. So some nice expansion on that one, even though it lost a lot of the material. And in your 158 here, you got 502, 589, and 534. So some really nice expansion on that one right there. So there you have it, y'all. 357 Magnum in 125 and 158. Now, the question was, which weight is going to be better to use? That's probably very subjective right there. Now, for two-legged critters, probably this 125 would be the way I would go. 16 inches is still plenty of really nice penetration. You got really nice expansion. You shed some material, pretty nice energy on it. So two-legged critters, this would be me. For four-legged critters, I'd do this 158. Now, I would use this 158 either way. Y'all know how I am, but as far as if I had to choose, this would be a fantastic choice for four-legged stuff. You got really nice penetration. You held most of your weight. If you were to move these barrels up now, or smaller size or bigger size, you would get a little bit of variance. But that being said, I think this would be fantastic in a 2-inch even. Now 4-inch, you're gonna start shedding a lot more material. This 158, this would probably even be good in a 2-inch and a 4-inch also. So as far as I'm concerned, both of these things are winners out here today. All right, y'all, that's going to wrap up another pretty nice 357 Magnum test, and I believe that's going to do it for me for today. Really not much left to say about both of these rounds other than they did an absolutely fantastic job. Just fantastic penetration, great expansion on them, had a little bit of fragmentation, but not a whole lot. I think this 3-inch barrel might be the sweet spot for these rounds. But let me know what y'all think about these rounds. Any y'all out there run one or the other of these? What size barrel do you run it in? What have you seen as far as performance in y'all's experience? Let me know down in the comments what you think about them. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you are subscribed or supposed to be subscribed, you might want to double check and make sure you hadn't been unsubscribed for some reason. Make sure you got them notifications turned on too, so you don't miss anything that I upload. Take a second, if you would, and hit up those affiliate links in the video description down there. Anything you buy using any of those links in the description, I do get a kickback from them towards the channel, so I really appreciate that. Like I always tell you, I appreciate all my Range Gang members and every single one of y'all out there that supports the channel like y'all do. It's been a long, fun day out here. Y'all probably seen most of what I've done already, but y'all know there's more new stuff rolling in right behind it, so stay on the lookout for that. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.